Hello everybody, I've got something interesting to showcase here. The Zapper has an ability that allows him to spawn a Tesla coil that lasts forever, and so I've been constantly spawning Tesla coils here on this part of the map to build a little pyramid. Now this ability takes 3 turns to recharge, and so I just have to wait 3 turns for him to be able to spawn another Tesla coil, and then I can keep on placing them on any free hexes on the map. Now, I need the combat scenario to last in order for me to keep on doing this. And so I have to keep an enemy alive in order to not let myself win this combat scenario. So the only way to keep an enemy alive without them chasing me down and killing all of my units is to continually spawn units that will tank on their behalf. Thankfully for me, I have a level 3 sorceress, and she's able to spawn these elementals here that have enough armor and armor regeneration to tank for the entirety of their duration, and by the time that the ability cools down and it can spawn another one, I can just leave that one there to keep on tanking against this acolyte here. He doesn't deal enough damage to completely kill it before I can spawn another one. So I'm safe here with all of my units. I'm not going to lose here. If anything, I'll lose when I run out of space to keep on spawning these Tesla coils, and they eventually end up killing this guy. So if you look up at the top and see what's happened to the queue has just given up. It's marking my units like the Dark Knight here as a Tesla coil. It's marking Azra as a Tesla coil. It's marking the Sorceress as a Tesla coil. It even marks the Earth Elementals as one. Although when I spawn another one, it does reset the queue a little bit so that I can see the Earth Elementals here. But as soon as I have to move again and it goes past the Zapper back to all of these Tesla coils, it just goes back to mayhem. You see how there are certain Tesla coils that are not moving as the queue moves forward? They're actually overlapping with other things in the queue as far as I can see. And so I just have a bunch of layered Tesla coils all in this queue, none of which can attack because I'm spawning them out of range to be able to attack the remaining acolyte. And so I'm free to just keep on spawning these again and again. So this is a little something that I like to call Tesla gardening. You could say that I'm cultivating all of these Teslas. This is just something that I like to do in any video game when I can do an infinite amount of something. I just like to see a huge number of things on the screen at once. And since in this game, there are generally not that many things on the screen at a time, it's really fun to just see myself being able to spawn an unlimited amount of these Tesla coils. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to completely fill up the entire map. It is still possible. I can still get in range of all of the different corners of the map and put Tesla coils back there, but I mainly just wanted to build up this pyramid here so they could have a nice little shape. If you have the game and you want to go crazy, then be my guest to do this, but since you have to wait 3 turns for the Tesla coil ability to recharge, this can actually take quite a while. It's not the most tedious thing in the world since there's plenty of stuff that you can watch or just listen to on a different device while you're doing this. You could listen to any of my other videos if you want to. But personally, I don't have the time or patience to build up an infinite amount of these things because my time is valuable to me. The only reason I did this in the first place was because during the 4th of July, there were so many fireworks going off around my house that there was no way I would be able to sleep because the explosion sounds would just keep on waking me up. And so I figured I might as well do a thing. So here we go. I did a thing, and now the thing is done. You can see all the HP bars of the Tesla coils when I press on this upper left heart icon here. That button is supposed to allow you to see the HP and armor of all of the units on the screen. And since these Tesla coils count as units, it means that I get to see a huge amount of 2 HP health bars on the screen at the same time. Now, even though I did spend a little bit more time having fun with these Tesla coils than I'm showing on the screen here, I think it's more interesting to showcase what happens at the end when the acolyte gets too close to my Tesla garden. So as you can see here, I've spawned a few more Tesla coils, but it's kind of hard to notice the difference because there were so many in the first place that the change is pretty minimal overall. Now, I'm going to let this Earth Elemental despawn and spawn another Earth Elemental 1 hex away. I still want it to be closer to the acolyte than any of my other units so that he's inspired to come over here and attack it. I still don't want him to attack Azure or the Sorceress, and so I have to keep a unit here to distract him, and the Dark Knight just isn't comfortable enough. I just want to be as safe as possible. Now, just for fun, I'm going to shoot Exoburst at this thing. It isn't going to do anything to his durability because he has no armor to begin with, and I'm just going to use the armor buff on the Elemental that also has no effect on the gameplay. And finally, I'm just going to spawn one more Tesla Coil right before all the Tesla Coils start to have their turn, so that one's going to zap him, and then because he's in range of this one, even though a bunch of other Tesla Coils had to go through the queue to reach him, he does get zapped by that one, and that ends up being the end of it. Also, don't try this at home. Because I get to upload it to YouTube, it's not a waste of time for me, but it probably is a waste of time for you, so don't. Bye.